Good morning, everybody. It is the beginning of day number 10, going from Burlington, Iowa to Palmyra, Missouri. It's supposed to be my longest day, but I've been able to tweak the route some instead of going back over Illinois, which would be like 13 more miles. I found a route through Iowa into Missouri. So stay tuned. We'll see how that route goes. But if it goes according to plan, it'll be about a 94-mile trip instead of 107. We'll see. Later.
Hey everybody, it is 4:30. I actually got in at 3 o'clock.
Just before 3, yes.
Today was an amazing day, and I was dreading it because it was going to be my longest day. But it ends up being like one of my shortest days. So we went from Burlington, Iowa to Palmyra, Missouri. And I was nervous about it, so I got up an hour early, looked over my route. My SAG did some scouting for me. Give her credit. She got up at 6 o'clock, got in her car, and drove down the road some just to see what it looked like. In addition to that, I talked to a local bike guy yesterday who talked with me about the route. And I thought it was going to be 107 miles, and I got it down to 92. That's huge. That's like unrealistic to think that you can do that. But it worked. It was a great route. I left about 6:30 in the morning, and I got to a place called Fort Madison. Neat little town. I found a diner that was the longest continuously run diner in Iowa since 1941. I got there right when it opened. In fact, I got there a little early. The owner was there. He let me in. This little diner, I think I got a picture of it.
I have pictures, yeah.
It seats only like 20 people. It's like the size of a bus.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to it.
It hasn't changed in probably
and
since
it was cash only. All I had with me was $7. He said, "Don't worry about it." He said, "Order what you want. $7 will cover it." So that was pretty nice of him. And the food was fantastic. So I ate, and then Kim stopped by later and stopped in and gave me more money. So that was nice of Kim to do that.
I had a great root beer float there.
Yeah.
And we have a picture of him and his wife and I believe daughter.
Yeah, I met the daughter. I didn't meet the wife.
Yeah. Yep, they were there.
Okay.
Yep. So, hey, you guys were great.
Yeah, they were
awesome.
Happened
to tune in.
Right across the street from that was a renovated fort or something.
Fort Madison, yeah. War of 1812 was there.
The War of 1812 was there?
Yes.
The War of 1812 was a lot of places.
I know, but they have a sign there. I have a picture of that too.
When was that? They also have a bridge. I'm not going to get this term right, but it's the only swinging double-deck bridge in the world. Mm-hmm. It swings open to let barges through. And it's not a drawbridge. It swings open. Mm-hmm. We were told it was the only double-deck swing bridge in the world.
Trains go on the bottom, cars go on the top.
Yeah.
I went over and back.
Yeah, what's funny is they charge you to go from Iowa to Illinois $2. If you go from Illinois to Iowa, it's free. So the guy at the diner said that's because people are paying to get into Illinois, but they're not paying to get into Iowa. My guess is Iowa paid for the bridge. That's my guess. So, yeah, it was a neat little town. And then, so I left there and met in... Oh, we met in a little town called... We're messing up on these towns. There's so many of them now.
Yeah.
It's like they all run together.
It was cool.
Oh, it was it Canton?
Yes, it was Canton.
Canton, Missouri.
Yes.
Cool little town. Actually saw an Amish buggy there.
Mm-hmm.
And ate at the pub there. It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then made the way down here. So it was a really good day. I got done much earlier than I thought. And that was pretty much my day. Anything you want to add about your day?
No, I got some continuing ed done. Figured out a way I can do it in the car.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Right. That's good. You
Mhm.
good? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a good day.
So tomorrow it's supposed to be 103 miles. We're leaving here at Palmyra, Missouri, and going to a suburb of St. Louis. St. Peter's, I believe it's called.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to getting that done because so Sunday, this is Friday, right? Sunday is my first rest day, and I'm going to love that. So Sunday we're going to spend all day in St. Louis, just chilling, but I got to get through tomorrow first. So get through tomorrow, and then we're set for that. And I think it's all pretty much as far as the trip goes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what time is it, Kim?
Oh, what time is it?
You looking at your watch?
Oh my gosh, looking at my watch.
It is time for.
It is time for
Da-da-da-da.
Corpses on the Road.
Corpses on the Road, everybody. Otherwise known as. The year somewhere between 1860 and 1864 by a guy named Louis Pasteur. Louis was a guy who was one of the first, maybe the first. There might be different opinions on this, but he was given credit for first discovering the relationship between germs and disease. Ever since 1864, there's been a consistent increase in raccoon fatalities. The reason for this is because once we discovered the relationship between germs and disease, raccoons became obsessed with cleaning their food because they didn't want to die of dysentery. So they made a habit of going down to the water source, a river, let's say the Mississippi, and cleaning their food because they wanted to live healthy lives. Here's the problem, and I think you know where I'm going with this, because it all goes back to these little known facts that remind us of the significance of road safety. Right, Cam?
Yes.
That's right. The problem is, for raccoons to get to their water source, some of them, many of them, have to cross the road. In 1860, it didn't matter. I mean, what kind of cars were running along the road in 1860, Kim? None. None. But again, once again, with the evolution of mass transit, roads got busier. The raccoons couldn't overcome their obsession, might want to call it OCD, of cleaning their food. So they have to go across the road, and you can guess what happens. All right? This is why there was a rampant increase in raccoon fatalities over the last 100 years or so. I bring this up because of what I found today. 19 raccoon fatalities, Kim. 19.
No way.
19.
There's no way. You must be
19.
wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. They were all striped tails.
Oh
I was wrong. Not 19. 23.
No.
It's worse. Okay, you're being too sarcastic. You need to not make fun of me. I think you're overdoing it a little bit.
Oh, overacting? Sorry.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay.
23 coons, 10 UFOs, 4 possums, only 3 birds, a turtle, a deer, and we have 2 new ones today. 2. One was a fox, which really is surprising. I got another little known thing about foxes, but I won't bore you with that this time. One was a red fox. The other one, though, I didn't know what it was. I saw it, and it had like reddish brown fur and a long, skinny, hairless tail. It was like the size of a groundhog. And I had to think hard on that for a while before I realized that I wondered if I saw a muskrat. Sure enough, I get home, I do my research, I dig deep into the, you know, confines of the internet, and I find that what I did indeed see was a muskrat. So we got our first muskrat of the trip. So that's interesting as well. That said, I'll bring the totals up here in a second, but clearly the best statistic of the day is what, Kim?
0 bikers,
0 bicyclists,
and 0 river otters.
See, here's a pet peeve of mine, and that's the term bikers. All right, I know there are some fans of this segment in this vlog that are bikers. That they like to get on their motorcycle and bike wherever. Motorcycle or motorcycle?
That's another question for
bicycle or bicycle? It's bicycle, so it must be motorcycle. No?
Don't think so.
You can comment in the comment section and see. And let us know what you think. Motorcycle or motorcycle? It's a bicycle. It should be motorcycle. Anyhow, there's a difference between a biker and a bicyclist. Bikers are generally understood to be people who ride motorcycles. So you have to make a distinction because there clearly there's a distinction. Motorcyclists ride without pedaling. Bicyclists ride with pedaling. All right?
Okay.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. I have other opinions on the differences, but we'll leave it at that because I don't want to get myself in trouble.
Oh, you have friends.
I have friends who
that ride motorcycles.
Motorcycles, yes. So, all right. So there's that. So it's 0 bicyclists and 0 what?
River otters.
I was worried that one thing was a river otter, but I don't think river otters have long, hairless tails.
No.
No. So Mitch and I are safe, and we'll see you again here in a second with another segment. This is a new segment that I came up with as I'm riding along the road on my bike. As you know, I'm counting several dead things. But there's some things that I almost wish I would have counted that I'm seeing quite frequently on the roads. One of those is, and by far the most I've seen, other than, fatalities, banana peels. I have seen so many banana peels. Does that surprise you?
Yes.
It's amazing. I guess it's because people think that, it's environmentally friendly. But there's tons of banana peels. It's weird. The second most thing I've seen on the road is probably beer cans, of course, or beer bottles. And then the third thing is, what are those things called? There's the straps with hooks at both ends. You use them to tie things down.
Bungee cords.
Bungee cords, yes. I've seen maybe more bungee cords than banana peels. So let's go banana peels number 1, bungee cords number 2, beer cans or beer bottles number 3. And then the third thing is, evidently people are not a fan of yellow Gatorade because there's a lot of bottles on the road with yellow Gatorade in them. Do you get that?
No.
I don't understand that. Do you like yellow Gatorade?
I don't like Gatorade.
She doesn't like Gatorade. That's good. I'd be worried if you like yellow. You should try it sometime. You want to try it sometime?
No.
She doesn't want to try it sometime. So those are the top 4 things I wish would have counted along the road because those numbers would be pretty high. So that's a special segment for this trip. I probably won't cover that again. We'll just call that a special segment, and it's no cost to you. All right.
Okay, I just went down Snake Alley. It is Ripley's Guide to Curious Corners of America. It's their number one odd spot. It is called Unbelievably Crooked. It's crazy. Covers a distance of 275 feet, rising 58 feet and 21% grade. Wow, it was really cool. It is a really neat thing. So this is Cobblestone Alley. This goes from where Snake Alley ended up to where it started. It is on the National Registry of Historic Places. It's made of limestone from the area.